All right. Welcome back to the Enigma Stationery live feed. Got a couple of things to share today. One is a new product that we just listed on the shop earlier this afternoon. Maybe we'll swatch some inks, and I want to share a fun personal purchase. It's the new Shone Pens Monic Nib. Just got that this week, and I've been eager to ink it up, and I thought I'd do that live here today. All right, without further ado, let's get into it here. Let's start off with this Endless Observer notebook. I'm going to switch to the overhead. Get you a little closer look at it. And you can see this one's still in the wrapping. And this is a A5 size notebook, comes in two colors. Got them both here. I've got the night sky and the beach sand, otherwise known as tan and black. But let's get this one opened up. That was probably not the wisest method because I think I just made a big scratch down the front of the notebook, but this one's mine, so I'm allowed. Comes in this nice slip case. All the pertinent information about the notebooks right here on the back. It is the regalia paper that's Endless's own. They call it an ink-loving paper, and we've used this quite a bit ourselves, and I do find that's the case. It holds up real well to a very wet fountain pen nib, and it's a 80 GSM paper. It's acid free, and yeah, they make a really nice notebook. So overall, it's very similar to the Endless Recorder notebooks that we've had on the shop for a little while, but this is a brand new item for 2023, the Observer. And the big claim to fame on this one is they say it's lie flat from day one, and I haven't opened it yet, so let's see if that's true. Switch back to the wide shot here, and open it up for the very first time, and it certainly does lay flat on the table. Individual pages might need a little bit of encouragement to lay down, but you can see that does not sit up like a brand new notebook often would. So yeah, just a little smoothing on the binding, and it does stay put, which is quite nice. So you can see they've got a little title page here, a couple of table of contents pages, and then right into the dot grid. And they are numbered, each page numbered down in the lower corner. So it's 187 pages of numbered dot grid and a couple blank end papers in the back. You see the Endless embossed logo on the back, and then you do have a page marker as well. So as you use it throughout the year. It's a very simple notebook. The design is quite minimal. You can see it's really just some thick paper stock, cardboard-ish material, and then a fabric binding. Switch back over here and you can see, like I say, just thick material. So that's the secret to why it lays flat. That flexible binding, when you open it up, doesn't stand in the way. It's a really charming, minimal notebook. I think it definitely easily earn a place to toss in your bag. It'll hold up to some wear and tear. But most importantly, let's see what it's like when we want to write in it. So I'm just going to open right up here to page 1. Oh, and that really does stay put. So just that one crease for me, and I'm not going to be fighting against it as I write. And so to demonstrate, why don't we get right to this special item. So for those who aren't familiar with Schoen Design, Ian Schoen and the crew out of Philadelphia, they have been working for quite a while now to make their very own nib. And these are machined pens. So they've been working on how to machine a nib out of a solid piece of titanium. So this is it's a black metallic pen. And let's have a look here. So there it is. That is a single piece of titanium. And the feed is made of Ultem, which is a composite material. And here, let me switch over here. We'll get a good look up close here. And I have not inked this up yet, so I'm going to do that right now. You know what, let me set this notebook off to the side. Hopefully I can do this without making a mess. I've got one of our Colorverse inks here. This is Cotton Blue, number 6. I don't think we have this added to the website yet. We just got this shipment in. So I've got a bunch of Colorverse inks to add. They'll be up later this week. Michelle says to turn the background music down, so that is done. Hopefully that's good enough. All right, so I'm going to dip this in here and use it. Comes with the converter, so I'll fill it with the converter that it was supplied with. I don't think you can hear her. She's off mic, but I've got a special visitor. Marisol the cat has entered the room. Seems to be a little upset that she's not getting any attention at the moment. All right, now that I've got it inked up, as you can see, it's a beautiful design. It's shaped in this way. I will tell you, it's not often that I ink up a brand new pen for the first time and it writes that smoothly out of the gate. This is very nice. It is different, the feel, and it was almost squeaking a little bit. You wouldn't have heard it, but I'm sure it'll take a little bit of getting used to write with a nib this different. But holy smokes, is it ever smooth. Not skipping at all. Oh, that's excellent. Well, this doesn't help out my own shop very much, since Enigma Stationery doesn't carry Shown Designs material. They stock all their own stuff, but I will tell you, just as a fountain pen lover, this is really something. And I don't recall the exact price. It's a little spendy, but again, it is a titanium nib, and it's a one-of-a-kind thing. You're not going to find this anywhere else. And the amount of craft and skill that it takes, I gather this nib has been, I think, maybe years in the making for Ian and the team, and that level of patience has certainly paid off, in my opinion. This is a lot of fun. And the way they're doing it, because as you can imagine, something like this takes some careful skill with the machining, and to make sure the quality control is up to their standards, they're only releasing a set number per month. So what you do is you go to the website and you essentially get in line. I was right there when they went live back in December, and quickly jumped on it the moment the first opportunity to purchase was there. So that's how I was able to get one here in January of 2023. But I'm sure if they haven't already, I know they're doing their best to meet the demand that is out there. So if you haven't gotten in line yet, I would say go for it. And you can see the ink's dried very nicely on the paper here in this endless notebook. This cotton blue is it's fun. It's kind of I would call it almost a denim kind of color. I guess that's probably what they were going for with the name cotton blue. It's a very pleasant, kind of an everyday writer color. I might have to ink this up in some other pens as well. Because let me tell you, this one is not only mine. Everything we buy for our house is a shared it's a shared fountain pen collection. So this isn't my pen; it's our pen. And after having written with it and knowing that Michelle is watching this stream, and Penn may be also, there's going to be some competition for who gets to use this one on a regular basis. Love the minimal packaging from Shown as well. You can see it's a simple 2-piece cardboard tube, but personalized with their logo and name. And excellent as someone who ships these things, and you're always struggling as a online retailer with how to package and ship, and this is an excellent solution because it's very rigid, protects the pen inside very nicely in shipping. No worries about damages, even if you have a careless postal carrier or private carrier involved. And I'll tell you too, I won't read it all here, but when you get the this is the draft version of what will be the final instruction sheet that comes with the mnemonic nib, and you can see there's quite a lot of tips, how to clean, what to do if it's damaged. Shown is great about backing up their products, and while they absolutely say this is a wonderful platform for nibsmiths to do custom grinds and that kind of thing, if it is damaged, they do ask that you give them the opportunity to examine it first, because there is it can't just be repaired like any stainless steel or even gold nib or some of the other nibs out there. This titanium material requires potentially some special tooling and expertise that you want to go back to the original manufacturer, and it's wonderful that they offer to do that. So let's take another look at the, so let's see here, so I did get a little bit of show through. It's always exaggerated somewhat in this setup because I've got the studio lights on the notebook, so you've got a super bright light shining through, but if I hold it down a little more, you can still see that even without the light shining through the page, you do get some, but I was laying it down pretty thick also. It's a very generous nib and feed, which I like a very wet writing pen, so that's perfect. Let's do another test. As a matter of fact, I've got a coloring oversized notebook here as well. So we'll take the same pen. So on that thicker paper, it definitely is, a little bit scratchier when I'm writing, but clearly that's not going to show through. Is not going to be a problem on a paper this thick. So big difference in the weight of the paper. These I think I said Colorverse, but Color Ring oversized. That's 160 GSM. So that's twice as thick as the paper in the Endless Observer. And while we're at it, we might as well just do a whole swatch here. this cotton blue is a fun one. I like that. We'll let that dry for a moment. In the meantime, we're not quite ready to reveal it in full just yet, but why not take the opportunity to give just a, this might be a little bit mean, but a little sneak preview of something special that's coming in just a few days as I record this. And that's all I'm going to let you see for the moment. That's a special design by Michelle, aka Sketch and Sew Studio on Instagram. That's one of her original pieces of art, and that's accompanying a special limited edition Novelor Nautilus pen that those on our mailing list have already gotten a preview of it. We always like to give mailing list members a preview of special items whenever we can. But Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, that's we're a little bit late in celebrating the start of the year of the rabbit, but the Lunar New Year for us, this has been in the making for a while, and it's a special pen made with a unique material that we created, one of our Enigma blanks, but not one that we offer for sale. So it's a custom recipe and a special limited edition of only 50 pieces from the folks at Novelor. So stay tuned for that. And if you're listening to this before the launch, we may also have some other info coming out from some friends that we've shared a preview with as well. So stay tuned for that. I will certainly be back here to talk about it in more detail post-launch, and we'll have a full launch video on our channel as well. Question from Michelle in the chat, wondering if people can go to the mailing list now to get the details. Unfortunately, no. If you're not already on the mailing list when we do these blasts, you've missed it. There's not an archive to go view, but with patience, we're just a couple of days away. Although if you DM me too, maybe I might see what I can do. I probably should have turned this into a pen cleaning stream, but I don't have everything I need for that. So if you like to put off your pen cleaning chores, rest assured you have company. You're not alone. I am not a regular pen cleaner. I sit down and do a big pen cleaning about once every couple of months or so. And that might be making it sound more often than it really is. Here, let's do another swatch. That's dry enough. That thick coloring paper will make it okay that I flipped that over before it was totally dry. Let's see what else we got here. Here's one. It's a more recent Colorverse release from their Minhwa series. This one's called Chung Cho. And these are their 30 ml bottles. You know, sometimes like the cotton blue I had a minute ago, that's a big 65 milliliter bottle. The big ones, the lifetime supply. And then this is a little more reasonable, the 30 ml supply. For those that haven't heard my spiel, yes, that's a toilet paper tube. That's my secret to doing the big ink blot without making a huge mess. It contains it. So I dip my reusable straw. I didn't press down on the tube quite enough. So that one spread a bit more than normal. Fortunately, I don't think it spread on the desk. But that gives you that nice ink splatter. It's a lot of fun. And that brass Kakimori nib I did the writing with gives you a lot of variation, and then got the whole page here, so I like to give myself a couple of different views of what that ink looks like. With the toilet paper tube trick, what you can see is pretty quickly it saturates the end of the tube, and so it starts to and if you're not careful, you'll pick up if it's not dry yet on the inside, you'll pick up the other color. So I flip it over and use the opposite end of the tube each time, but I can only get about 2 samples out of each end of each tube before I have to toss it. It also depends how much pressure you put on the tube as you hold it down to the paper, because if you push too hard, you'll deform the end of it, and then it stops containing the ink as well as you'd like. So no shimmer in this one, but you can see it does have some variation there. It does. Certainly the thicker you put it down, the more you see some of that shading. And of course, this is where I have to put the plug in. The inks you see, and in the notebook we saw earlier, and this coloring oversize, all available at enigmastationery.com. All orders $75 and over get free shipping. That's no special code required. That's automatic. I mentioned the mailing list earlier. Be sure to sign up if you haven't. And we like to give the best deals, the best opportunities to our existing customers. I don't know about you, but it bothers me when I'm loyal to a place and they give all their best deals to entice new people, whereas I'd prefer to reward the folks that support us. You know, we're a small family of three, family business, and it's very much appreciated when folks spend their hard-earned money on some of our items. And since we carry things that we like ourselves, it's also fun because it tells us that we're not alone, that others out there enjoy some of the same things we think are pretty neat. Yeah, that Chung Cho's lovely. If you haven't seen I don't think I have. Let me see if I've got one here. I don't. I've got some stuff squirreled away in my little streaming area, but I don't have the Kaweco seasonal collection, the red and green that they did for the holiday season 2022. This Chung Cho would be really nice in that sagey green Kaweco if you wanted to do kind of a matchy thing, or in the metallic red Kaweco. You could go for a full-on Christmas vibe. I know we're a little late for the season that just passed, but it's never too early to plan ahead. And as Penn, our child, reminds us all the time, you can do red and green stuff all the time. It doesn't have to only be at Christmas time. Well, we're here and I've got the supplies, so I might as well swatch up a few more things while we're going. Oh, here's a fun one. This is from Teranishi. It's one of the guitar inks, the guitar Taisho Roman. This one's Nostalgic Honey. Here, I'll use the stainless steel Kakimori nib this time. Made a bit of a mess of it. Oh well. When your ink bottle's getting low, my straw method can be a little tough. And you probably noticed before me that I did a little water droplet up here. Let's soak that up with this Q-tip so my page doesn't get too waterlogged. I really like this one. It's got it's aptly named. It is a honey-like look you've got. When you first start putting it down, when it's darker, it almost looks like a sepia color, but that orangey color really comes out more as long as you're not loading it up too dark. I think I'll find one with some glisten, a little shimmer in it. I'll do at least one more here. Here's one. This is Colorverse Project Ink number 14. Or will be once I get the package opened. Colorverse takes their box sealing very seriously. When it has the little scissors logo, you might think it's an exaggeration, but I assure you it's not. Yeah, this is from their A series, That's a Scorpii, number 14. It's a glisten. It's volume 2 of their project inks. Project volume 2 was Constellations. So that's the whole series there. Their boxes are so fun. Both secures the product and gives you a really nice visual. Oh, look at all that shimmer in the bottom. I'm going to have to shake this one for a minute. Everybody has their method, but for me, you don't have to shake it hard. You just kind of invert it, and you can see it picks up that shimmer off the bottom pretty easily. And I find even when I've left one sit for even months in our ink cabinet, you don't have to be too aggressive to get it to remix. Better get myself a new tube. And so to make sure that shimmer hasn't settled, I will, as you can see, kind of mix with my straw a little bit. Because every company's process is a little different, but I do find they all settle fairly rapidly. Had to go back for a second dip there. I didn't took a peek down in the tube. I didn't feel like there was enough on the paper. And then similar to the way I mixed with the straw, kind of do the same thing to really get down in the bottom with the cotton swab. Because I want this swatch to really be full of shimmer. Partly because it's a reminder when I go to ink this up later, if I'm looking at the swatch, I don't want to forget that it's a shimmer ink. And of course you could argue that I probably should have written shimmer on the swatch. Maybe I'll remember that for next time. Michelle likes this one, and I must say, I do too. It is, it's kind of a rose color. It's not, I mean, obviously when it's super concentrated here, it looks like a much deeper red, but you can see that it, well, as I get a little bit on my finger. Yeah, it can be skews into the pink territory, but not super pink. It's still very reddish. Now this is where, depending on how good a job I did mixing the shimmer. Okay, yeah, you can see it when I give it that tilt into the light. You can see it pick it up. It is very much in there. Yeah, I'll say with some of these shimmer inks, I've noticed that you really need to let your swatch fully dry. And it's a lot of times when I come back to it, I'll forget about it and come back, a day or two later or a week later, and I'll pick up a swatch card or flip through a notebook and go, oh, wait a second. This one's even better than I thought. Here, let me go back and see what else we did in this notebook. That might be the case. Yeah, so like the Butterfly Nebula, also from Colorverse, is a good example of that. Look at that shimmer there. Oh, and this is a personal favorite, the Filicette. It's got a gold shimmer in a red ink. Very pretty. But interesting comparison. So you see that gold shimmer with the red versus this lighter red, and it's more of a it's like a silvery purple kind of shimmer to this one. I think that about wraps it up, but I tell you what, I feel guilty that earlier it was a bit of a tease. It was a bit of a tease with this, so how about just a little peek for those of you who've been patient, a reward for watching this whole time. That's all you get, though. That's all you get for today. And I'm not going to put that in the details or anything, so only the people who hung on through all that other stuff are going to see. But just a reminder of what we looked at. We've got the beach sand endless observer, as well as the night sky, aka black. And you know what? Why don't we give you a look at what the black looks like. Pretty standard. And not that we sell it, but big endorsement of the Schoen Monarch nib. That's really something. That's a feat of engineering right there. Proud to have that one in the collection. And then we looked at some fun inks. So we have the Scorpii, the Nostalgic Honey from Guitar Inks. The Chung Cho. And the Cotton Blue. Oh, and that Cotton Blue, I really do like the look at the amount of shading in that one. More character than you might expect out of just another blue ink. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to try to do these about once a week or so, maybe once every 2 weeks. Depends on life. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.